Good morning and welcome to Yellow Brick Road Reselling. I wanted to let y'all know that I wasn't around last week. As I said in my last video, I actually took a Caribbean cruise with my sisters, my mother, my sister-in-law, and her mom. And here is a picture of five of us, but my mother actually wasn't feeling well, so she stayed back on the ship and pretty much secluded herself to the room for a couple days until she was feeling better. Um, so we had a great time. Just wanted to share that picture with you. I wanted to talk about some of the stuff I have sold on eBay for the last, a couple days before I went on the cruise. And then when I turned my store back on Sunday, these are items that sold. So here's a cassette. Was clearing out some of my mom and dad's cassettes that they had, and I went ahead and listed this one. It was brand new, still wrapped in the wrapper. Got $10.93 for it. I am running a 10% off store-wide sale right now promotion. I was pretty happy with that. I mean, I wasn't expecting to get a lot. I sold this game from Oppel II. I actually really thought that it was going to sell quicker than it did. I have had this, I mean, it says up there start time was November 9th, but I've had it actually in my store for, 1 to 2 years at least, I would say. At least a year, maybe even longer. I did take, no, I didn't take a best. I was thinking I took a best offer for it, but I did not. Sold for 19.35. You know what? I did take a best offer of $18 for this, with free shipping. It's actually a small box, but I was able to use Pirate Ship and go cubic shipping with it. Retail arbitrage item. I got these at TJ Maxx. Actually, I ordered them online. I paid $5 for them, so not a huge money maker, but I was able to buy quite a few of them, and some I sent into Amazon and some I threw up here on eBay. You see, I got 9 available, so I threw 10 of them up here. Next is a car piece. When I hit a deer about I don't know 2-3 months ago when I got my car fixed. I mentioned it in the last video that I was talking to the gentleman about what I do for a living, and he said, "Hey, I got some car parts sitting around, and would you like them?" He was going to throw them in the garbage, and I said, "Absolutely, I'll take them." So this was one of them that sold. Sorry about that. So I sold this one, and actually I called him today because my cruise control isn't working. It was a sensor that didn't get replaced or didn't get reset correctly. And when I was on the phone with him, he says, "Hey, I got a bunch of more parts. I was noticing over the weekend. I was going to throw them away, and I thought of you." So I said, hang on to them. I would love anything you have that you're looking at getting rid of. Hang on to them, and I would love to take them. So this is for a Mini Cooper, and I sold that for $22.38. This Vera Bradley wallet, I think I may have bought this at TJ Maxx a while ago. It took quite a while to sell. Well, you'll see up there, start time is actually August of 2017. So this took a long time to sell, and I actually debated many times on just taking it out and using it for myself instead. But when I first started selling on eBay, full time 3 years ago, I was doing really well with Vera Bradley. I'd buy used ones at the Goodwill and flip them, and for some reason, it just took a nosedive, and things just aren't flipping as fast as I used to. So I actually pass them by now. I don't even grab them unless I want them for myself. So this sold for $18.88. This was a bottle. I'm trying to think of where I got this just recently. Hmm. May have been at the Goodwill. Yeah, November. So I can't remember where I got this, but I sure didn't pay much for it. Um, I actually was asking $50 on sale, and I did take a best offer of $40 with free shipping. But again, I don't remember paying much for this at all. if at all. So yeah, I was happy with $40. Retail arbitrage item. After Christmas, I went and picked up some candy at Walmart and Walgreens and just hanging on to them because people who love their peppermint bark candy, it's no longer going to be replenished on the shelves until next Christmas season. So I did get these. I think I paid like $1.80 for them a bag, and sell them for $13.39 with free shipping. People always say Christmas sells year round. This is a beautiful nativity set that I had gotten on Facebook Marketplace. These are really large pieces, and I listed them. They sat in my death pile for, gosh, 2 years, and I actually said, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and enlist them. It was, well, December 6th, so I really was hoping to get them up by October, but they didn't get up to December 6th. They didn't sell until after Christmas, and I did accept a best offer of $100 on this, plus they paid shipping. Planners do really well at the beginning of the year and again around back to school season. So in July timeframe, pick them up and post them. This is a retail arbitrage item. Bought this at Walmart. I think I paid $8 for it and sold it for $22.48. During my last video, I talked about a Party City that was going out of business and how I was able to go and pick up quite a few items at the store, and I would fill up a whole cart and it would cost me $10, $20. I went like 3 or 4 days in a row, and as it got closer to the very last day, it got cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. And these costumes were $40, $50 costumes, and I probably paid, I don't know, $1, $2 for them. And this was one of them, Monster High. The story behind this one, I actually accepted a best offer. I think it was $30 on this one. I'm sorry, I don't have the numbers exactly right in front of me. And I accepted it on Monday. And on Wednesday, I was heading out to go on my cruise. And they hadn't paid yet. And I accepted it like immediately. As soon as they sent me the offer, I accepted it right away, thinking, okay, they're going to pay me as soon as they get it, since I'm replying as soon as they sent it to me. Well, that wasn't the case. So on Wednesday, I had to decide what to do because I was not going to be around to be able to fulfill this order when they paid me. And my husband was going to be here, but he does not really care to do any eBay printing of postage and all that kind of stuff. So since I only had this one order, if I was traveling in the United States, I would have just brought it with me. And when they paid, I would have just dropped it off at a post office. But since I was going to be in the middle of the Atlantic and the Caribbean Sea, I really didn't have the opportunity to do that. So I went ahead and I took their address, I put it into Pirate Ship, and I printed off a label. And I put the package here on my desk and with a note on it telling my husband to do not ship this until I tell him to go ahead. So although I was leaving on Wednesday, I wasn't leaving. um, I was driving to Vermont, catching a flight, flying to Florida, and then I was going to be in Florida for a day before my ship actually would take off. So I had until Saturday for them to pay for me to still get a hold of my husband to tell him to go ahead and mail it. So they paid me on Friday, so I was able to tell him to go ahead and mail it, actually, even before I even got on the ship. And the alternative to that would have been getting a ding for a late shipment. Because unfortunately, if somebody doesn't pay, even when you put your store on vacation mode, if the sale happened before that and you didn't change your handling time and you didn't ship it within your stated handling time, then you would get a ding for a late shipment. And I didn't want that. So I had the alternative of going ahead and printing the postage. And they didn't know I printed it because I printed it outside of eBay. But if they hadn't paid, then when I got home, I would have just canceled the label And it does take a couple weeks for you to get reimbursed, but thankfully I had a few dollars sitting around, so it was really no big deal for me to hold up a few dollars to be able to provide really good customer service to my customer by getting them their item, even when I'm not around to ship it. So that's the story behind that one. Plush, you hear all the time Plush sells really well. This is a cute little grumpy, and he wasn't very tall, 7 inches tall. And again, I debated on keeping him for myself, but I went ahead and posted him. Got $16.86. Another retail arbitrage item. These were on clearance at Walmart. I paid $1 for them. Sold them for $11.47. So some boys' underwear, new in package. Another retail arbitrage item. Let me see. It doesn't show my Skew up above. I was hoping it showed the Skew. I would tell you where I bought this one. I'm not sure where I got these or how much I paid for it, but sold for $9. Easy enough just to ship first class. And lastly, I have this book. Had this for quite a while. Well, actually, I guess last August. And I thought it would sell during the back to school college. I think it was a local pickup. I got a bunch of books from Facebook Marketplace that most of them I sent into Amazon. This specific one, must be I couldn't sell it on Amazon, so I threw it here on eBay and ended up getting $10 for it. And it went media mail. Didn't really make much on it, but hey, somebody got a college textbooks for $10, so it was a good deal for them. Next, I just wanted to remind you again that I have this Facebook group called Yellow Brick Road of Reselling. We talk Amazon and eBay mostly, but definitely open to talk about Poshmark, Mercari, and we have a few members that actually sell sneakers on Goat. So if you have any questions on any of those, please stop in, join. I'd be happy to have you become a member of us and stuff. So that is all I have for this week. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. And you can hit the little notification and it will let you know when I post up a new video. I am currently working on a video that is going to talk about the tools that I use for eBay that I find helpful. I know that when you first get started out, you're not really sure where to invest your money. What do you need to buy? What's really important? How many times are you going to use something after you buy it? So I'm going to talk a little bit about those types of things. So if you want to make sure that you get notification when that video comes out, then hit that little bell. That will give you a notification that just lets you know that I have posted a new video. Or if I go live, it'll let you know that I am now live. So that's it. I will talk to you later. Alrighty, bye.